What's going on? Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to the channel. I am Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive. And we are doing your weekly tarot reading. Surprise, surprise. Legit, that card has come out for three, well, I think you're the third sign. Taurus, I believe, and Cancer. So very interesting. We're just coming off of a full moon in Leo, in fact. So actually it might have fared well for you guys. There was some tense aspects. If you're interested, definitely check out the video that I uploaded around it. Ooh, reference. I'm not a very good salesperson. I feel like if people want to watch it, they'll find it, you know, etc. So that's what it is, Leo. All right. So Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, cross watchers, obviously welcome. I really believe as long as the message resonates with you, then it's meant for you. My little side note. These are for entertainment purposes only. I don't even know if I should say that yet. I have like 100 subscribers. All right. So I love this fire energy for you because obviously you're a fire sign. It's very like action oriented. You know, I feel like this is actually connecting with your ambition. What I would say to you is be really mindful about where you're at in your life. I think there's this element where we all have to be honest with ourselves, right? And why I'm saying that is there's this snake energy beneath you. You know, there's all this empowerment on top coming from that like sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra, which really is activated for us to be our strongest sense of self. That's kind of how we bring that into manifestation. And that green is from the heart. But we have to be careful about, again, like I said, like where we're at, who's around us, who we're getting into bed with, etc. Maybe the things that provoke us. Shoot, sorry guys. The different, you know, cycles that we find ourselves in our life. This is the good and the bad, right? Again, seeing that green energy, the places that we live from our heart, but also that brown energy, like the stuff beneath the surface. And if I'm not mistaken, that's a moth down there, which is like the shadow of the butterfly. So it's our shadow self, right? And we really need to be conscious of how we're showing up in our world and where like that triggering is happening. I love that confirmation with the knowledge. Listening, you know, really watching and listening, because what I love about this card, it's so beautiful. Like the color of the flowers, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's just like gorgeous. It's like, it makes me feel, it reminds me of like cherry blossoms, you know? And if you've ever seen those photos of those like amazing, you know, gardens, I guess they would be, that have the cherry blossoms, like it's so, it really does kind of like just stimulate that feeling of like love and inspiration and, you know. And so why I said that is because when we are conscious of how we show up, right? The good, the bad, and the ugly, then we can use this knowledge to just make us that much more successful, that much more refined. Yeah, diving into that vision a little bit deeper. Obviously, that card is popping up left and right. And I do think because like collectively, we are in this energy of redefining who we are, you know? Check out the astrology video I just posted if you're interested, because it does deal a lot with our sense of self, how we're showing up for ourselves, our goals, our desires, etc. Not to like, you know, throw shade at anything, but I think that, you know, in my opinion, that's like what living is all about, you know? being our best sense of self so we can actually enjoy what is in front of us, what is around us. Ooh, these three wanted to come out. Okay, so we have Knight of Swords energy. You could be dealing with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And there's a strong block to a new beginning. I'm going to roll with this because those kind of like fell out perfectly for you, Leo. Okay. So a new beginning is being blocked, and I do feel like it's from this person, Knight of Swords energy. Ooh, yeah, and it's like messing with you. I'm so sorry, Leo. I don't mean to laugh. I apologize. I am like so bad at that. Bad humor, bad timing, you know. But you know, I just laugh at it because it's like, just the cards don't lie, and of course, like, it is gonna F with us when something is not going our way, you know. It's like looking at those two people that are just wrought with torment because of whatever that dude's lording over them, you know. It feels very restrictive, very suffocating. The devil is ruled by Capricorn energy, and Capricorn has the strength to withstand the devil. It's earth energy, but it effing sucks, you know. It's ruled by Saturn, which is life teaching us the lessons, and it stinks. And on top of it, Leo, you have a lot going on. You're juggling a lot. You're trying to like do the dance, play the game of life. This dude reminds me of like a court jester. Jesters are funny. An interesting thing to think about. But that's kind of how you feel, you know, like it's like, you know, it's all BS, but you're still, you know, we all have to play the game on some level, right? All right. Yeah, I mean, for sure. But, and that's the thing I think that you have to remind yourself, it's all in the vein of like manifesting what you want. And maybe you do want something with this Knight of Swords person. But, you know, unfortunately, they have different plans. And whether this is you putting up the block or them putting up the block, I feel like it might be coming more from their end. I feel like you might be more than willing, but I think that you're allowing this Five of Swords energy to stop you from doing what you feel like you need to do, you know. The Magician is ruled by Mercury, so communication, working consciously and intelligently with the world around us. It's ruled by Gemini, that's duality. So we all have to recognize, like, life is not linear. It's a little wonky, right? It does things that we do not expect. We're in Aquarius season. That is all about kind of this sudden change and upheaval. And it's like very hard. It's a big pill for you to swallow. I get that, Leo. 100%. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, King of Wands energy. So there is a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius involved. That's obviously your energy as well, but I feel like this is another party because there are a lot of people popping up now. And I don't know if this is about, okay, the Hermit. Excuse me on that. So I don't know if this is about someone, because we have Virgo, Queen of Swords energy, and King of Wands. So this is talking about, I feel like you're really looking at this situation because this King of Wands, you know, obviously, like I said, it is your energy. I do, like I said, I do agree. I do feel like there's other people involved, but you're basically looking at the main players right now. Reflecting. Yeah. Okay, so this is the card of friendship, relationship, meditating on. Okay, and okay, so I don't know, you know, it's like this dynamic of whether you want to be with this person or not. You're really kind of thinking it through. I feel like you guys are two different people. You have two different vibes, two different approaches to life. That can be very conflicting at times, right? You know, fire and sword or an air energy can be dangerous, right? This is like, obviously fire can be the flame. Air can fan the flame, sorry, is what I was ultimately getting at, right? So if something combusts, if something erupts, that can be deadly for both of you, you know, or very painful, I should say. Sword energy cuts through. And really, fire energy can burn things down without even knowing it. But I don't feel like you're... I don't feel like you're taking responsibility for that. I feel like you're more just reflecting on what is going on. Can you even be friends with this person, perhaps? I mean, there is a little bit deeper of a connection there. But you're waiting to see whether that is true or not. Threes, 2 3s, 3 of Cups, 3 of Wands. Very interesting, guys. 2 of Wands energy. So, 2 2s, 2 3s, and a 4. Actually, we have 3 2s on the board. So 2s really are about partnership, harmony, finding that balance in this situation. It's hard because there is a lot of blocked energy, and I feel like it's actually coming through on both ends. I don't know. It feels like this is a cycle, is a pattern. And I think that that's where that knowledge, that awareness comes into play. I think there does need to be a little bit of reflection on where your fire energy comes into play. And I'm not sure 100% with this Virgo energy if you are doing that. So that's what I would say, Leo. There is this call to kind of also understand where you play the part. Where you played the part. This bear is sitting on top of a skull. You know, that concept of death and rebirth. The places that situations die off. The bear is always mother energy to me. Because we do have to really think through whether we feel like nurtured and supported. The 6th Virgo energy is ruled by the 6th house, which is our health and well-being. And if we're not healthy, if we're not well, then it's going to make it really hard for us to like enjoy our life, right? And so if we're in a situation that doesn't make us feel well, you know, then we have to really think about that, whether we want to get back into it or not. And maybe that's why you're sitting on it. Maybe you do know that you have a strong connection, a strong attachment to this person, but there's something around it. We'll see. There's something around it with that 2 of Wands energy that's making it very hard to... Okay, so on one hand, there's healing, there's growth, but on the other hand, yeah. Yeah, it just feels like there's more to the story. On one hand, I think that there is positivity and potential, and this is what you recognize, but then on the other hand, I mean, what I was hearing with this High Priestess energy is secrets, and as soon as I brought the card up, it was 1444 on the clock, which really is talking about places that our angels guide and protect us. 4 is also that number of stability, self-protection, and preservation. The places that we kind of build happy house, home for ourselves. And I feel like this is something that you want, but I feel like there's also more to the story that hasn't really come out yet. And maybe even with this knowledge card, it has to be brought to the surface. Whether these are your secrets or the other person's, I don't know. With the devil in your energy, guys, be mindful of like anything that you're keeping hidden from yourself or for this other person. That could also just be the stress, the anxiety, the worry, I suppose. I'm cutting you some slack. Just be mindful. Yeah, but you know, I mean, I get that too. That also might come in the form of that control, that judgment, you know, because the devil, it can be a very obsessive energy. So the places that we maybe have these very unrealistic expectations or ideals about things and creating this very rigid structure to our detriment, especially with this loving space energy, really spending time supporting yourself. This goals card keeps coming out. I find that so random. I don't know. I mean, I really like writing down my goals, but it's not like every day that, you know. This has just come out many times in the readings. So there is this call to kind of be a little bit more precise and specific about what you want, about what this vision is, what you're working towards. You need to be a little bit kinder to yourself, kinder to the situation at hand, okay? And, you know, being around supportive people, loving space, loving friends. And it's all wrapped around you getting really honest with yourself, Leo, and actually saying, this is what I want. These are the things out of this situation, this person that I'm dealing with, you know, whatever it is for you. When we get clear about that for ourselves and we have the loving support around us, it really helps us thrive. And that's what this is all about. And thriving means making the choices that you want to make for you. That's how we get our manifestations. All right, guys, I hope that this video helped. I hope it helped whatever you're navigating with. Thank you so much for the love, the support. Lots of love and blessings.